What's going on, ladies and gents? It's your boy Don Gear representing All Angles Performance Garage. Stay around and stay tuned to see what's going to happen next. We have another exciting episode on the channel for you guys today. Don't leave now. Don't push that button. Make sure you stay there. Don't go nowhere. Now on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the transmission. Now from the previous episode, we were fabricating the engine mounts. If you see there, we changed up the engine mounts. We went with aluminum instead of steel. They're a lot lighter and it's a lot cleaner look. We prefer it that way. It's just a personal preference. You don't have to. And for updates, on everything that we do on these cars, FYI, you can check us out on our Instagram page, which is in the description below. So every once in a while we'll have updates on the cars or something interesting that you guys can go check out. Getting back to what we're talking about, on the 3S GTEs from the factory, they have I believe a 15-degree tilt on them. And we decided to put back the 15-degree tilt on this engine when we installed it, and as a result it caused the transmission to tilt as well. Now we don't want the transmission to tilt. So to fix that problem, what we intended to do was come up with some creative idea in order to get the transmission to sit upright, be it an adapter plate or whatever we decided to do. Bending the gear stick, whatever we could have figured out to do. But luckily, we did our homework and we came across some information, and we're going to try a different transmission. Now, we're not going to give too much details about the transmission just yet. Towards the end of the episode, I'll tell you a little bit more about the transmission. Alright guys, so that's the transmission. Had to muscle it out of there. Had to play musical cards as usual to try and get it out. But nevertheless, I got it out. So what we're going to do is take out the other transmission, and then we're going to fit this one up and let you guys know how that goes. Alright guys, so now that the transmission hoist is snug up against the bottom of the transmission, I'm going to go ahead and just strap it down. Right there is pretty much my strap. So it's an automatic transmission. It's a manual transmission. It's not like an automatic transmission. It's not that heavy. I don't need to, get too outrageous with the straps and securing it down or whatever. Alright guys, so it's pretty much easier to take it off than it is to put it on. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So now it's time to get that guy up in there. So stick around for that. Alright, so now that the transmission's up against the engine hoist, I need to get that transmission up there. How I'm going to do that? I'm going to have to muscle. Alright guys, here goes nothing. Yeah, right. Let me go ahead and put that up there by lifting it up.
I know what you're thinking. Don't doubt me, man. I got this. Alright, now you can doubt me.
Alright, clearly that didn't work. Alright guys, so here's my next approach. So what I'm going to do is, yep, you figured it out, call for help. So I'm going to get some help, and I'm going to get that up there, and then we're going to proceed from there. Alright guys, so help is come and gone and it's up there. So now it's time to proceed to the next step. Alright guys, so remember last time when I said putting on this transmission was a pain? Nothing has changed. So what I'm trying to do right now is pretty much get at least the two top bolts to line up and see whatever bolts I can get to line up after that. But my primary concern is to get the two top bolts to line up. So wish me luck. Alright, so in continuation, everything was going well until the top of the transmission started hitting up against these water hoses here. So what I'm gonna have to do is just cut them out and then see how it fits up after that. So the water outlet is pretty much cut, the two pipes that you see there. So I'm gonna try again and see how it goes. Alright guys, so it's pretty dark in there, but I got it fitted up. Bolt here on the side, another one on the other side, and then also two at the top. So I was able to get 4 bolts in. Alright guys, so these are the two bell houses next to each other and they're sitting in the upright position. As you see here, this one is flush. And over here, this is pretty much the transmission we're going to be using. It changed the location of the starter, which is on the passenger side, and we were able to catch bolt holes 1, 2, and 3, and it helped the situation just a little bit. It didn't straighten it up too much, but it's better than it was before. This one has a slight tilt on it. Now this will help us compensate for the tilt that's on the engine and straighten up the transmission a little bit. Alright guys, so now that we got that out the way, on to the next thing, which is fabricating the transmission mount. So the next step here is to fabricate a plate for the transmission rubber mount itself. So this is how it looks. What I'm going to do is use plexi, as you see here. I marked the line. So it's going to be 2.5 by 6 inches. And what I'm going to do is find the center and drill out the center hole, which is this diameter, which I believe is about 1.5 inches or maybe close to 2 inches. And then after that, I'm going to take the plexi and place it over the top of it, and then I'm just going to mark where the bolt hole orientation is, and then drill it out and then test fit it and see how it fits up. So pretty much I'm just starting off with a plexi template. That's pretty much what I'm working with right now. This is my plexi template. So I found the center mark. Now I'm going to go ahead and bore the hole out, and then after that I'm going to show you guys what the finished product looks like. Alright, so I got the plate in place, the template in place. So now I just have to mark those holes. And there's my bolt hole orientation. Alright, so there's my template. Alright, so here's my transition from template to aluminum. Alright guys, so this is where I'm at. I'm pretty much trying to make something out of nothing. Now, disclaimer, I'm actually learning how to weld. We are getting better and better at it. So yeah, this is pretty much where I'm at with the mount right now. About to weld it up. Alright ladies and gents, check me out. This is my progress so far. Got a little template for the top plate there. Welding, grinding, building this cross member for the transmission mount. It's coming along, I like it. So yeah, that's my progress. Alright ladies and gents, so this is where we at so far. I got those top plates welded on. So the transition from my template here to the aluminum. And I was lucky enough to be able to duplicate the other side the same way with the same template. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, so this is pretty much how I go about my grinding process. Basic grinding this. That's it, grind it down. Now I switch from the grinding this to the sanding this, which grinds and polishes, which pretty much gives it that mirror finish that I like. So that's that there. Alright, no more ugly welds. Penetrated pretty good. And this thing here works magic. Shout out to a buddy of mine who put me up on game. Alright guys, this is where we at right now. Still got a few more things to do, but it's secure in there. The transmission is being held up by the cross member, so it's almost officially done. I still have to weld the aluminum block here, so I'm gonna weld the block and place it here, and also the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna do that here as well. But for the most part, I mean, it's done. Still gotta grind a few areas. Don't know if I said that already, but yeah. Make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe, and show some love to the channel. So on the next episode, we're going to be talking about the clutch that we use and the pressure plate. We're also going to be discussing the starter that we use, and we're also going to be talking about the flywheel that we use. We got a lot of guys asking these questions in the comments below, so we're going to answer their questions via video. So make sure you hit the notification bell if that's something that interests you, or if you know somebody that might be interested in that information, send them over to this video, because we're going to give you a detailed video about that stuff. And over here, we got the crazy sidewinder manifold. We're going to have a video coming for that soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And we're also going to be building the intake manifold, a custom intake manifold. As you see there, these are the stock runners, and we have a plenum that we got for a pretty cheap price. We're going to also talk about that on a later video. So make sure you hit the notification bell, guys. We got plenty to talk about, plenty of content for you guys, interesting content, not just any old plain content on this swap here. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, show some love.
Now existence, you see, is something that is spontaneous. Your hair grows by itself, your heart beats by itself, you breathe pretty much by itself. You don't have voluntary control of these things. So we say it happens spontaneously.